And while many view Stockton as a pioneer, at the same time, some believe this situation was avoidable. Joining us now is Karl Stanley, another friend of Stockton and a deep sea sub owner. Karl, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Kelly.
So we've been in communication with you for days, but you didn't want to speak out publicly until you had a better idea of what happened. We respect that. What has been your takeaway?
My immediate thought when I heard that they lost comms and tracking, any submarine has backup power for those things, and there's no other. I asked a lot of experts, give me another explanation why they lose tracking and comms and would not surface except implosion. And nobody had an explanation. I came up with one idea 2 days later, actually while I was 2,000 feet underwater, that possibly if they had been aiming directly for the ship and landed directly into it, they could have been trapped in the ship, and the ship itself could have been blocking their sound waves from their transducer. That was basically the only two possibilities for explaining the facts as they were. Of course, now we know that it imploded.
So you felt that survival was slim. We understand. You also thought the Titan was flawed, and even went as far back as to warn Stockton. You went as far as to warn him about it. What was your thinking? What did you think was wrong with the sub?
Well, first of all, I don't remember exactly when I met Stockton. It was probably about 10 years ago. And when I learned that he wanted to do this, I was very excited about it. I believed in his mission. I liked him as a friend. And I told him, I want to go down in that thing one day. And what do I need to do? And I actually went out to his Everett facility and gave him a week of free labor, paid for my own airfare, hotel and everything. And just for the chance to get a seat on that sub, because I knew it was, it's a very rare opportunity. And I was actually on the second deep dive that Titan did in the Bahamas. The first dive, Stockton did himself, and he heard the carbon fiber making cracking sounds. And he told us all before dive number 2 to be prepared for that. And while we were down there, he actually let me drive, and I feel a little bit, he wanted me to be in control of my own destiny, not that he knew there was risk involved at that stage. And at one point, I was actually even able to drive the submarine towards deeper water by the sound of the cracking getting louder. And somewhere I have video of it, actually. But carbon fiber is an amazing material, and it was 5 inches thick. So, and he had done model testing, and I had faith in, imagine like a piece of wood breaking. If you do it very slowly and controllably, you're going to hear a lot of cracking before the beam just completely breaks. I thought it was that kind of situation, and he did too. That's why he felt that his real-time monitoring was the answer to knowing when the hull would be approaching failure, and not just having a couple pieces of carbon fiber in there breaking. But I believe what happened, and a lot of other experts, I'm hearing this across the board, over time, the water got where the flange was, because where the titanium meets the carbon fiber, those materials are moving at in different ways under those enormous pressures. 125 million pounds of pressure on that vessel at that depth.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.